will record that.
Wala.
Okay. All right.
Wala. Then,
So
magkakaroon
when, where
lang.
lang? When, where, and what's your plan?
Oo.
By
So,
when, where, and what's your
ano yung gusto mo? Ano yung gusto mong
What would you like?
what would you like? Tapos,
By when?
paano mo malalaman na
You
nakuha
have
mo
it.
na yun?
Ah, walang
Then,
meta outcome.
ano mo siya gusto? And ano yung plan mo?
Yung strategy.
Tapos, pag nagkaroon ka ng plan, sino yung i-assign mo na parang accountability partner?
Pag meron ka ng plan, what's
Tapos
the accountability partner for?
Yan, kunyari, sasabihin mo gusto kong mag-stop ng smoke.
So I get a partner to hold me accountable to that.
Oo, yes. So, kunyari,
Okay.
sasabihin mo si John yung accountability partner mo. Ngayon, si John, siya yung magtatanong sa'yo, every kailan mo gusto, itanungin kita. So sabihin ni every half a day. So mag-message ngayon si John sa'yo na, what have you done para maiwasan mo yung pag-smoke mo ngayong araw na to?
Okay.
Ganon.
To keep you to your commitment.
Oo.
Okay.
Tapos, the questions, it's more parang ang questions given, parang magbibigay sila ng set of questions na to identify yung what would you like and yung sa meta modeling. Pero puro questions lang siya. Questions. Tapos it's up to the student kung paano niya gagamitin yung mga questions na yun.
Okay.
Ayun. So yun, we took that. It cost us around supposedly 50K. Pero dahil sa Sun Life and everything, para naging 25K siya.
Okay.
For 2 days.
Alright. Wow.
For 2 days.
For 2 days. And was it worth it, you think?
Tapos may food, may maganda yung place.
Kasama food. Okay.
May lunch.
We can do
Maganda
that.
yung place. Tapos may mga training materials like merong libro. Tapos may notebook.
May libro?
Yung manipis
Libro?
Kasi manipis na booklet.
Okay.
Ano
yung laman ng booklet?
Yung list ng questions, yung format, tapos konting description kung ano yung mga rapport, ano yung how it is built na yung program, bale. Paano ka makakapagkuha ng rapport dun sa tao. Yun.
And what do they teach about rapport?
Ganun. Kung ano yung tiniteach ni Robin.
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Tony
Yes.
Robbins.
Yung
Doon niya kinuha.
mirroring, matching, leading, pacing. Ayun. Ganun yung tapos magkakaroon niya ng there was an activity na parang blind date. Na lahat ng students naka-row, ganun. You have 3 minutes to build rapport sa kausap mo.
Okay.
Tapos 3 minutes, tapos switch, 3 minutes, tapos switch upuan. Tapos switch, ganun.
Okay. Nice exercise.
Magaganon yung nila. Tsaka sila, high energy lagi, high energy. So parang na pre-set up na kasi marami na silang mga volunteers like kunyari sabihin natin 9 AM yung 9 AM yung activity start. Mga 7:30 pa lang nandoon na yung mga volunteers nila. Nagse-set up ng attendance, nagse-set up ng sound system. Ganyan. Tapos
actually that's one of the things that I wanted to, it's kind of, ako kasi I'm kind of leaning in between high energy and also kind of, just the usual, parang kwentuhan lang. Alam mo yun? Parang si Carl or si Jim, alam mo yun, na medyo down, not as energetic.
Pero yung tipong high energy,
I would love to hear your thoughts.
Tony Robbins na high energy. Ganon.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I can do that. I can totally
Go,
do
go,
that.
go,
Yeah,
go,
I can
go.
totally. I can do it that way. What do you guys think?
Tapos, ang isa pang ano pala nila, they are not shameful to parade yung mga clients nila.
What does that mean? Shameful
Like
to
for
parade?
example, hindi naman shameful, pero yung tipong talagang they really parang harap-harapan nila sinasabi, oh sige, ito yung mga clients namin, nakapag ano kami ng, kasi di ba si Miss Gina sa SM,
Mm,
so yung mga nakakausap niya sa SM, yung mga C-level na ano, yung mga clients niya usually are C-level people, tapos
okay.
yung mga ano, talagang ganun yung ano nila, ganun yung mga executives, ganyan, ganyan. So parang ang feeling ngayon nung student, wow,
Ganun na rin siya.
ano ako, I am blessed na kausap ko tong taong to, or etong taong to ay nagbibigay ng training sa akin, nakausap niya na is yung mga ano, mga nandun sa tuktok
Mm,
ng ano.
okay. Yeah,
Eh,
that I don't know. That doesn't quite sink in with me for some reason. I'm kind
how
of, yeah,
so?
okay, all right.
How so?
um, it's kind of I don't know. It doesn't quite sit with me. I think ako kasi regardless, alam mo yun, kung janitor ka, kung CEO ka, for me, it doesn't matter. You wanna take my course, come. Alam mo yun. So if you guys want to be associated, if you think, alam mo yun, if they think that there's more value to be associated with a company that's more associated with CEOs, this isn't it. Okay, this isn't it. The Maharlika NLP isn't it. It's we're not into hierarchies. We're not into power tripping. We're not into that. Okay, we're not into, I don't know.
Pe-
You
Pero,
get?
G,
Am I making sense?
I'm not
Hi,
sure if that,
Jim. I love your
hi,
shirt.
Jim. Very colorful.
Sorry, John.
Okay, I'm not sure if that's what Junim is saying. I think sa sinasabi ni Junim is parang kunyari kasi empleyado ka lang.
All right,
Tapos nakikita mo si Coach Gina
Gina.
na ang kino-coach niya is mga Ayala level CEO na, for example.
Yeah.
Yun yung mafe-feel nung empleyado lang na parang ay sobrang blessed kasi nako-coach ako ng someone
Yeah,
na
yeah, yeah.
kino-coach
That's
ko.
what we would
Is that
feel.
what you're saying, Junet?
Yes,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. So not much naman dun sa hierarchy thing, I think.
Tapos
Okay.
Not sure.
ano rin doon nila i-equate yung value na okay. Since nagko-coach siya ng mga Ayala levels, siguro ang binabayad sa kanya is 100,000
Mahal
and
talaga.
more.
Right.
So
Kaya mas
ako,
grabe sulit.
attend ako sa kanya paying only 25K or 30K, then I get so much value, kumbaga.
Okay. I need to understand
Ito
the
pa.
beliefs that are going on there. I think,
Oh,
Jim,
isa
if
pa,
you
isa
could
pa.
help us
Si,
parse out what's happening.
sige.
Go ahead, Junem.
Sino nga ba to? Itong isang coach nila, si Ras
Puson.
Oo. Familiar ka sa kanya, John?
Yep.
For you to take a one-on-one coaching with him, you need 500,000.
Wow. So that what? What
For
will
him-
you
for-
get?
Ang kanyang one-liner is, let me check. Ang kanyang one-liner is, I wish to help ambitious people of all ages achieve their dream life and income through transformational coaching with focus on personal growth, spirituality, productivity, and mindfulness. Yan yung kanyang
Okay.
one-liner.
And how long does the one-on-one? Hello?
Usually, I think that would be 6 months.
6 months, 500,000, half a
Months,
million for
parang
6 months training.
twice a month.
Wow. Wow.
12 sessions.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Wow. Yeah, we can do that too. We're flexible. It's just that what are the values that we really stand for?
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, Jim, we kind of need your inputs here because I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of confused.
So step back a little bit. What is the question?
The question is, do we want to come off as a company that caters more toward kind of, rah-rah people, or, really high level, high powered, high society type company? Or are we just kind of, yeah, okay, all right, you're a janitor, you want to come, something like that. Am I making sense?
You're making sense, but um, I I'm not sure that's a valid question.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay. The reason being, so I will tell you the audience for NLP, Marin.
Okay. Wow.
There are CEOs, entrepreneurs,
Yeah,
highly successful people.
exactly.
There are coaches. There are housewives. There
Yeah.
are husbands.
Yeah.
There are people who are in desperation and searching for an answer in life.
Yeah.
So it isn't so much they focus on a particular status as opposed to helping people get their life work better.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what it should be about. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's up to you. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to make it about, but the core, and you'll hear Carl say this quite frequently, it's about what works. And if you notice their marketing addresses not so much your place in the world, but the audiences that typically benefit. So what kind of audiences come and take the class?
Mm.
Okay. So it is, they probably lead with coaches, entrepreneurs, people looking for personal change,
Yeah.
people dealing with childhood trauma,
Yeah.
and people who are just downright curious, that don't have
So,
any other real motivation other than to learn.
Yeah.
yep. Yeah.
But now I have another question.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with rah-rah NLP. So I know you hear me talk about it, and I don't always give it the best acknowledgement.
Mhm.
But at its core, rah-rah NLP is basically about destabilizing the present state.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't care. In all of the work we do, we always destabilize the present state.
The question is how do we go about? That's, I think,
Well,
where the difference
but
lies.
how it differs is, I can't tell you how many people that I've seen, and I've gone to Tony Robbins seminar,
Oh,
that have gone to Tony Robbins seminar who don't have a realistic understanding of who they are. And that what they're wanting by what you guys are calling rah-rah is not really what they want. And so they generally don't address those people.
Yeah.
Okay. they tend to address people who are highly motivated, have a goal, are able to set a goal and reach the goal, and they want to take their game to the next level.
Yeah.
So I will tell you that all the people like that, which includes, you ever hear of Rich Man, Poor Man?
Yeah.
Or the Millionaire Mind?
Kiyosaki.
Or Tony Robbins?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
all follow the same structure,
Yes.
which I took that training, by the way. And basically how they sell their programs is they will talk about what their program is and what they do that makes them so special compared to everyone else out there.
Yeah, of course.
And that theirs is a solution that works.
Mm.
They will go through testimonials of people.
Yeah.
Okay. They may do some group exercises to give them a sense of what they're getting into. And then they do a fairly hard close where all of them, so if you're at the Millionaire Mind Intensive, for instance, he'll present different ideas of what they teach. And at the end of his presentation, he will say, okay, for the next 15 minutes, the first 100 people that go to the back of the room will get this class for this price.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is a
Okay.
discounted price.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Basically, it doesn't matter whether 100 people go back there, 50 people go back there, or 300 people go back there. They all get the deal for that price.
Yeah. Smart.
Okay. So basically what they do, they sell them on the idea, this is a limited opportunity,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
trying to motivate them to sign now.
Yeah.
They kind of have a belief, they either sign up now or they're never going to sign up.
Yeah.
Mm.
How that differs from NLP Marin is that they believe people will sign up when they're ready to sign up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And John kind of asked me the criteria for working for people. And one of them, and I'm gonna mention an example we had in class yesterday, is do they truly want change?
Okay.
It's not a question that Tony Robbins ever asked. It's not a question that T. Harv Eker ever asked. He's the Millionaire Mind.
Yeah.
And I've gone to all of those seminars, Rich Man, Poor Man, Millionaire Mind. I've been to some others you probably haven't heard of. There was a person who I was a teaching assistant for, who it took him 7 years to show up for the class.
Wow.
But there was an enrollment officer like Mitch, who was willing to have a conversation with that person anytime they wanted. And if they wanted to talk to Carl, then the enrollment officer would talk to Carl, and Carl would talk. So basically, and it's you want people to come when they're ready to come, when they're ready to learn, when they're ready to get results in life. I knew a personal friend of mine who is they didn't call it a life coach, like they call it an executive coach. He was an executive coach. He charged his clients $25,000 per month to be their executive coach. And I asked him, how can you charge so much? And just tell how do you do your business? He said, well, I charge so much. First of all, anybody who's willing to spend that kind of amount of money, I really don't need to work with them very hard. They're going to get the results. So I only take clients that I know that will be successful. Okay. And then he said, and then the rest is just word of mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And he will only take on 5 clients.
In a year.
Yeah. And then other people that come, he holds them off, say, I only take 5 clients, you know, it makes them feel special.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he takes 6, maybe he takes 10,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
he'll
but he
always say, I
tells me.
only take 5 clients. So I want to give examples. So Yi and I did a presentation yesterday, and I chose a person to be the subject. And I worked with that person for a while,
Oh.
but I recognize it isn't so much that she didn't want to answer. She didn't want change. She didn't want to become aware of something that might have her want to change or to find something about her that she didn't like. So I worked with her for a while, but I moved on. And I moved on for 2 reasons. One, I know it wouldn't be useful for the rest of the people in the class. And 2, I just didn't want her to feel uncomfortable. I didn't. I want her to feel positive. And at the end of the class, I made sure that we acknowledged her, and she got a huge applause from everyone in the class. That was for her.
Yeah.
And I knew I was going to do that when I let her off the hook. And actually use those words. Okay, I'll let you off the hook. And then I don't know if you guys have ever experienced my sarcasm or not. By the way,
Yes, yeah.
Carla is like me. She has that sarcasm as well.
Yeah. I can realize.
But I knew there was a person in class, so I said, you know what? Let's just pit one sarcasm against another sarcasm. So then I chose her as the client, and we just were bantering off each other. We were just having fun with her sarcasm,
Yeah.
and the whole audience was enjoying it as well.
Yeah.
It was fun. So you market to whoever it is you want to market, but if you're creating your practice, you always want to make sure that the person truly is ready for change and truly wants change. A lot of people, it's just hope. And I don't think we've ever talked about the structure of hope, but there's hope that all of us have this. There's hope that one day life will be good. It's kind of universal. Everybody has that hope, but it has nothing to do about life being good. It's just to have hope so that you can stay in the game, if you want to call life a game. And you'll start to listen to, are they talking hope, or are they really talking about concrete steps and wanting to have change?
Okay. Okay. So that's a difference. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So as an organization, you have to decide who you are.
Exactly.
My recommendation is that you're there for people who want to make their lives better, want to learn, and are willing to explore themselves and help other people explore themselves. And that's NLP Marin. That's all it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Or do you want to be, I really want you to get that I'm not lambasting this. So Noelle is pure coaching. It's set a goal, achieve the goal. And that's great. And it works for lots of people.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to hit more people than just that few people.
Yes.
And by the way, the people that would go to that would very rarely come to a program like NLP Marin.
Yeah.
It's they don't have the attention span to do it,
Or the patience.
or the patience.
Yeah.
But there are raw people who take that class.
oh,
And they squirm.
Sometimes, and as groups. So, it's kind of like high school. It gets a little bit cliquey. There's certain people hang out with other people. One thing when you take masters, you realize it's meta program clashes, and people who have like meta programs tend to stay in the same group. They organize by their meta programs. It's fun to watch.
John has a tip.
So why did I say they're cliquish? The entrepreneurial, the CEO types are really there to get specific training to make their lives better, make their business more successful, and to help the people that work with them. And they're not about making a lot of money. It is a criteria, but it's not their highest criteria. There are very few people. I mean, if you want to make life about money, then become Robin Hood and go out there and rob people. It's far easier and faster to make money that way than to create a company and make a company successful. So if you're trying to become a coach to become rich, that probably should be some of your criteria, but you might want to self-examine of what's your higher criteria, what is truly important to you, because that defines who you are when you market. I mean, I'm truly about, I really want people to be happy. At one time, it was based on survival. If you're happy, you're never going to try to hurt me. Okay, so it was a survival strategy for me. When I don't make it about survival, I truly do want to help people be happy. It's a joy. It's fun, and I get to enjoy their fun. And you'll want to start to know this about yourself. What's in it for you? What motivates you? And it'll help you define your audience. So I told you I want to help people be happy. So I don't want to work with people who want to be miserable.
Okay.
And yet I do.
I want to work with people who want to be free.
Want to be what?
Free.
Free of what?
Of
So
whatever it is that, sorry?
Well, you dropped off what comes after free.
Well, free of whatever it is that's stopping them from getting the outcomes that they want. Free to come up as themselves. Free for them to love themselves as they are. Yeah. Okay,
that's better, because they're already free.
Yes. But I know they're free, but they don't know that. That's the thing, right? It's like they think that, oh, I have to be in a certain way. I have to, be whatever. I have to be blank, whatever that is. It's like
I think that people don't realize how much their unconscious mind determines their reality.
Yes,
as opposed to their
yes,
conscious mind.
exactly.
And I think if you talk to people, they really would like to consciously create their life.
Yes.
But when the unconscious mind takes control, they lose their way.
Because of the case. So, and to just be willing to explore that, so that in the end you realize, oh my goodness, I could do so much more. Yeah, I could do so much more. I could create exactly what I want to create. Exactly what I want to create. Yeah, just to know that. Wow.
So I want to kind of turn it back to the group. What motivated you? What motivated the group to say, are we doing rah-rah NLP? Because I missed a lot of this. I just woke up, by the way, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, no one's really going either way. It's just that, well, how did it start out? We mentioned, well, okay, so going back, Jim, would you like to let us know how the tie-up with Go Intermediary is going to be?
I think that's a work in progress.
Okay.
I can tell you that the people that you met are rah-rah people.
Yeah, okay. I pretty much got that.
But So I've trained, I've shown them NLP in different formats before that class. I knew most of the people in that class.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking bigger picture here. So one of the things that I'm thinking is that it would be nice, and I think you've expressed this, to have a healing center
Yes.
of all sorts of modalities,
Yes.
of which raw might be one of them.
Yes. That's totally
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
Acupuncture might be one of them.
Yes.
You know, smelling
Yoga,
salts
and
might be
whatever. Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Reiki, Feldenkrais.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
There are so many healing modalities out there. And, you know, one of the things that psychologists are kind of trained in is that a psychologist isn't meant for everybody.
Yeah.
And so, and as a client, if the psychologist is not working for you, then see another psychologist. It doesn't mean that they're a bad psychologist. It just means they're not the psychologist for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
As opposed to our form of NLP is not for everybody. There are certain people, I mean, if you're highly proactive, big picture, it's a hard NLP
Yes.
to take.
Yeah.
And they generally don't show up. Okay, so it's really not your audience. And for them, they'll think you're just dwelling in the pain.
Yeah.
And they can't see beyond that because they don't have the patience to do that. I love what Noel's doing because he is sticking true to who he is.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's teaching wonderful NLP techniques and trainings. He's teaching mainly to the mind, not to the body, and not even to the survival part of the mind.
Yeah.
And I've encouraged him. I mean, I'm glad that he's working with a company now where he has certification capabilities. Now he can certify people as coaches. I think he's doing great. And that would be another, other than he mentions the word NLP, that actually would be complementary to what we do and vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if we notice people who are really struggling in our class and they're struggling because they really need, you know, just a push and a coach, and then we turn them over to Noel.
Yeah.
And he'll be happy to kick him in the butt.
So
I don't want to monopolize the meeting.
So we're allowed to use the training room in Go Intermediary for our trainings.
Yes.
Maharlika NLP trainings.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Awesome. And
Okay.
what do they get in return? That's the thing that's evolving.
That's the thing that's evolving. I've already
Okay.
mentioned that right now what they get in return is to start to fill out their portfolio of different methodologies to help people be successful.
So that's what they're all about. Different methodologies to help people become successful in whatever business they're in. So whether they're in
And I
realty,
think at some level happy as well. I mean, I think they would say
Yeah,
happy and
of course.
successful.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And in that room, who do you think is the most successful, by the way?
I saw this one.
Yeah, she's the most successful.
Yeah, she is. And you really can see, how driven she is.
Oh yeah. And she has a wild side.
I
mean,
can
she's-
imagine, yeah. I can imagine.
She's a wild girl, man.
Yeah.
But she enjoys her life. She has fun in her life. She doesn't let people define who she is.
Yes.
She could never take NLP training from us because she doesn't have the patience to do that.
So maybe that's exactly the reason why she needs to take it. I don't know.
When she's
Let's
ready.
see.
When she's ready.
She wants to tie up with us.
Yes. because people who get results a lot of times are not good at teaching,
Yes.
not good at developing their people. I mean, I see Kat's on the
She
call
has a
here.
training. She has a training ongoing. So
No problem. But in the business that she's in, it's important for her to develop her staff. I mean, if she relies upon her own income, what she generates, she'll never make very much money.
yeah.
Insurance is a hard business. It takes a while to become successful. And that type of business, you become successful by your customers, building your clientele, so it's bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by developing the people that work under you, because you get money from them,
Right.
your downline. And to train them is important. Everyone in that room that you saw kind of has that experience.
Okay.
If they're going to be successful as a real estate salesperson, well, they need to have other people working for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And they have to train them. And ISO does not know how to train them.
Okay. Okay.
So
I'm
I think
meeting
she
her
really
next week.
liked what we presented.
Yeah. I'm meeting her next week on Tuesday.
Okay,
We're going for coffee. So
cool.
let's see.
And you can teach what you're teaching in a sales context.
Yeah, definitely.
Not a problem.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
also
cool.
announced to the group that we will be offering programs for sales and marketing. So far, what we have are the ones for building rapport and the ones for establishing representational systems.
So that there's really two main. So if you can, I don't know if you still have the book Influencing with Integrity.
Yes, I still do.
So
Yeah, yeah.
that type of training
Yeah.
is basically teaching rapport,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
rapport techniques through marrying and matching, representational systems. I mean, if you've ever taken Carl's training on preferred representational patterns, where people make decisions by a sequence of events. Most common is VKA. But you can see them when they do that. You can see VKA.
Mm.
When you sell, you want to match that pattern.
Yeah.
Mine is a VAK synesthesia.
Yeah.
And all of us have your unique to yourself. So I'm getting down in the weeds. Let me get back up. The other class, which if you want to do some research on, is based on what's called the lab profile.
Yeah, I think Noel gave us that, the lab profile.
Okay. That's actually the work of Jeannie Laborde.
Okay. Okay.
If you look up on Amazon, Words That Change Minds,
Words that change me.
it's basically teaching metaprograms.
Oh, okay.
And she learned from Roger Bailey.
Ah.
So all that material came from Roger Bailey. You also might want to look up Roger Bailey. He's still doing. Roger, by the way, is RODGER.
Okay.
Roger Bailey. So I see those are two basic sales. Now, Words That Change Mind is really used for sales and for management of people. Because if you recognize behavioral motivations, then you put the right people in the right position.
Yep.
Okay. So if someone was proactive and big picture, I would never want to put them in charge of rocket development of a rocket going to the moon. It would be disaster.
Yeah.
It basically would be the the Challenger, which is what they did, by the way, the Challenger, and then it explodes up in space.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Yeah.
so a short story on that. So before the program director got changed, the criteria for launching is, can you guarantee me that this will not explode? Afterwards, they changed it to a very proactive, can you guarantee that this thing can fly?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it flew, but it blew up. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with Go Intermediary. I know he's been doing this for a while. John is a very highly motivated person. He really wants it to be a marketing company.
Okay.
Okay. And he's willing to market your programs.
Yeah.
But I think you have to work with him.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
that.
Okay. All right. I'll get back to him then. I already sent an email to his assistant. So let's see. Because I wasn't able to get his email. Unless you have his email. I don't know.
John's email.
Yeah.
Eden has John's email.
Okay. So maybe
What's
I can
John's
have.
email? Hold on, I'm going to give it to you right now.
Okay.
She's looking it up.
All right.
Oh, it doesn't have an email, but she has his phone number,
Okay.
which I don't think I've ever sent anything by email to John. You'll find that people in that type of business, that everything is through Messenger.
Okay.
Oh,
Phone number 0905
0905
493
493
5284.
5284.
0905-493-5284. All right.
I basically have told them that you're the person to deal with. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll get in touch. I'll coordinate with them.
Okay, but it might be nice to have you introduce the rest of the team to him.
Yes,
So
definitely. Definitely. Yeah. I would love for the team to meet him. He's quite young. Yeah. How old is he? He's like early
John's in
30s,
his
maybe.
He's in his 30s. How old is John?
He's 32.
Early
32,
30s.
33, something
Wow.
like that.
And he has his
He actually
company.
he doesn't look too good right now.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's put on some weight and he's kind of frumpy.
Really?
Do you know the word frumpy? Frumpy. He was kind of dressed, not like a slob, but dressed down.
Yeah.
And that's not John. That's not how he used to be.
Really? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
He always wanted to be kind of like a hipster or something, but a bakla hipster.
Right. Right. Okay. So that's why he has long hair. Yeah.
Yeah, he always had short hair. He's been growing his hair for the last year and a half, I think.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna kind of switch gears here now. I think if you're okay with that, Jim, we're going to get our pause into how we're gonna set up our learning integration and celebration day, which will already be on Saturday next week. And so far, we've had 2 people sign up. John, have you seen the email that I sent attaching the file?
Yes.
Okay, so you have the contacts, and the team manager is the one who interviews them, no, Jim? So you were the one who were interviewing the clients for festival?
Usually the person that handled that was the training manager.
John. Okay, so we have John. Perfect. Okay. So
And he would
John's gonna
talk to them, kind of let them know what to expect.
Yeah.
And he would also talk to them before they leave
Right.
before
to
they
make
leave.
sure, to make sure they're back in their body and
Yeah.
that they're okay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Um,
Anything that John needs to watch out for when interviewing the prospective clients?
So that's what that question was about. So I didn't know what, so prospective clients, what prospective clients are you referring?
The clients that will come with us for learning integration and celebration day.
So the ones that are going to be the subjects?
Yes.
Okay. There typically was no interview. They're recommended by students in the class, and there is just they're talked to as a group before the testing starts. So John would have a discussion with them, briefly explain what NLP is.
Okay.
Make sure that they all have something to work on, and if
Okay.
someone didn't, to help them develop something to work on.
Yeah.
So he kind of wants to prep them to be ready for a student to do an outcome frame with them.
Okay. And how do we know if a student is not a fit subject? I mean, I know that's like 0.01% of the time, but we want to know how to watch out.
If they don't have anything to work on.
Okay.
Like, for example,
There's-
my friend just told me to be here.
If it were me, I probably would also check to see, do they want to have change? Do they really want
Yeah.
the change?
Okay.
So I probably would do both of those criteria. Do they really want the change? If they
Do they
didn't,
have
I might
something
try to
better?
work with them to see if we can get them that they want to change. But usually that's not successful. Maybe 1 in 10. The big one is, do they have something to work on? If they have
Yeah.
something to work on, then it doesn't matter whether they're ready for the change or not. That's
Yeah.
really up for the programmer
Yes.
to discover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I would do it just because I want to make their job easier. I want them to be happy. Happy.
Okay. All right. And then so far we have two. Mitch, your friend is Nicole.
Yeah.
How old is she?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
just-
How do you know her? Sorry.
I just
should
know
have
that
asked.
she's younger than me. She was my colleague back in when I'm doing consultation with Kahon. So she's very into learning new things. Like she messaged me regarding that NLP, and then actually she's taking two more courses now, but different things. Like she's learning Korean, and then she's learning whatever, and then she's learning user UI UX. It's designing.
Yeah.
So different things. And I know she's really interested with NLP. And so I mentioned to her, I think it was a few days ago. And then sabi ko, I'll send her the invite. And then she's the one, Mitch, nasa na? So I just
Nice.
sent her kanina the invite. Sabi ko, wait lang, I'll send you the invite. So yeah, I think she's very interested to that. And I'll also
Okay.
mention regarding the pre-meeting. That's why I messaged you a while ago. What's it about? What is she gonna expect with the pre-meeting? And yeah, she's free. Technically, she's free. She just wants to make time for the meeting prior to the 29th.
Yeah. Yeah. So John is going to set up the meeting with her. And I
Okay.
think Jim already explained what John will kind of
Yeah.
try to determine from her. Yeah. So, but she seems okay. Yeah, I think she seems okay. All right. And then,
You will deal with all the programming.
I'm sorry.
You'll
Deal
work
with the
with all the
programs.
programmers.
Yes, yes, yes. On the day itself, you mean?
Yeah, make sure that they're all okay and
Yeah,
there's no one freaking out.
exactly, exactly. Yeah. They have one last practice session. So you know how in NLP Marin we have
Right
the
on
Friday before the
Friday stuff.
Saturday.
Yep.
But this time around it's gonna be this Wednesday night. So all students were hoping you'll be there on Wednesday for study group. They'll practice with each other. So they'll go in pairs. So I think all three of us, Junem, John, and myself will have to be there, one group, one session for each of us. And then the students will work with each other as if they were the real client for that day. Yeah.
So after that session, did Carl or Carla do like a meditation, like a guided meditation?
No.
Usually they do.
After what after festival, after everybody has finished
No,
with their,
after the Friday session,
after the Friday
everyone
session.
practiced. They used to leave that afternoon where he would ask everybody to sit back and close their eyes. And then he and Carla or he and Michelle would start to talk both at the same time.
About different things, or they'll be saying the same thing?
Uh, Doing hypnotic languaging to make it easier for them on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
But what was it that made them talk at the same time?
Well, it wasn't always at the same time. Because they wanted people not to be able to track what they were saying.
Oh, okay, okay,
They were talking to the unconscious mind.
okay, okay. He's so good at that, I swear.
Oh, the master is Richard Bandler.
I can imagine. Yeah,
If
of
you
course.
ever watch his tape, he loves the unconscious mind. He has very limited patience for the conscious mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions you guys have
Yes, I
for
have one.
this coming week? Go ahead, John.
Not for the coming week.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
With the previous kanina. So I just want to make sure that we know who we are because we're kind of like expanding. So we know, when we know who we are, we know up to what extent we can only extend, and this portion we don't do anymore. Para we know lang our main thing, our core. So who are we as Maharlika NLP? I think we should clarify that if we're going to go to the Rara or not, or side yung Rara, and we're gonna go main as NLP transformative work pa rin. So I just wanna clear that out kasi we're expanding.
Ako, I
So
want
what-
to clarify first, at least in my head, sorry, that I'm not Maharlika NLP. Because the tendency really for an owner of a company is to assume that they are that company. And one of the things that I've learned is I'm not Maharlika NLP. Okay, so there's that clear delineation. Where I would like to take Maharlika NLP is really along the lines of transformational NLP.
Okay.
It's just so respectful. It's embracing whoever you are, however you are, and I think that's basically what I would like.
So if you're in this, you are about healing
Yes.
and in this modality. But if you are about healing, expand your horizons and study other modalities of healing. So Carl is very metaphysical. He studies, he's read the work of Seth and Cascai Fayette, and which I can't find. I don't know how he found it. But that's how they found family constellations. And they start to integrate it into the whole of who they are as a company, which is about helping people transform their lives. consciously, choosing their lives.
I actually have a, sorry, and this just came up. It's like healing, but really it's about transforming, at least for me. It's not so much healing because it's like
Yeah. I don't
healing
think
is
Carl
like
would,
there's a sense of regret, right? Like, ow, there was an ouch.
Carl would not use healing. Carl would never use the word healing.
I think it's really transforming. It's really transformational. It's more of shifting the experience so that you have more of what you want. Yeah.
So Carl is kind of antithesis of Richard Bandler. He
How?
loves the present state.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
He looks
Does.
at the
He
present
does.
state
Wow.
as a miracle, as wow, look at what they created from a very non-judgmental point of view.
Exactly.
And this is the results that they get based upon their creation. But he won't flounder in their pain, but he understands their pain. So anytime, if you ever take training from Carl and you ever see him doing this,
Yeah.
he's in their pain.
Oh.
He's experiencing them and maintaining a sense of himself. It's what he calls a shift.
Yeah. He
Isn't that a
seldom looks
switch?
down here. No. It can be a switch, but
Yeah.
most of the time I think he does a shift.
Yeah.
For
Switch
me,
very quickly. But because I guess he's been exposed to so many people already,
Right.
he could already just go immediately into a shift. I think he has a sense
I mean,
already of
we've
what's
been
happening.
doing this over 40 years. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah.
but I think you should ask yourselves, what is in it for you? What are you here for?
Yes, please.
And I would like to know the answer to that, because if that's going to make you happy, I want to help you. Because I pretty much know what he wants, but I don't really know what the rest of you want. So one of my goals for next year is to start to reach out and talk to each one of you. And maybe help you clarify on what it is that you really want. And I'm like Carl, I love your present state. I'm not nearly as hard on your present state as you are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there. I am gonna get there.
Mhm.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoy making Kai cry.
For sure.
Kai, you there? You with us?
No, she didn't hear me. Because if she heard me,
Yeah,
She
I
heard
was
you.
busy creating yung PowerPoint, yung bagong PowerPoint for Intro to NLP. So,
so can I
Oh,
tell
but I'm
you?
listening.
Okay, so I said, I'd love to make you cry, Kai.
Huh?
I'd love to make you cry.
Why?
Because I think that's the most beautiful part of you that I've ever touched into. It's so you, it's so raw, it's so real. And in some ways, it isn't that it feels good, but it just feels like this is Kai. And she's a very special, sensitive person. So, yes. And I'm probably more like Kai than anyone else in there, except she chose artistic as her way to deal with it. I chose try to be smart. But I was always accused of wearing my emotions on my sleeve.
Mm.
And so does Kai. But step into her right now. I want all of you to step into her right now. She's okay. But this is what makes Kai Kai. Without this, she wouldn't be who she is. She wouldn't be the gifted artist that she is. So Kai, I want you to think about what you're working on now.
The PowerPoint.
No, do you have an artistic project that you're working on right now, Kai?
Oh, I want to finish this drawing for one of my online friends.
Yeah. So I want you to think of that project and how that will help your friend. Guy, look at me. Put your arms up, put your hands out like this, put it to one side, and we're gonna go erase, 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 erase. Erase, 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 erase. You gotta go faster. You gotta really put your heart into it. Erase, 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 erase.
Thank you, Kai.
Okay, thank you, Kai. Damn, she gave me that gift again. Isn't she beautiful?
And Kai, if you want Jim to bugger off, just tell him, Jim, bugger off.
So anyway, guys, have fun this weekend. Who's all going to be a student this weekend?
Student.
One.
Kai is. Anyone else? So I just looked at Michelle and I saw something in her eyes, but I'm not going to go there.
What? You're so quick sometimes. You know, you're quick all of the time.
I'm looking at Michelle right now, but she's okay. Hi, Michelle. So what is your role this weekend, Michelle? Are you going to be a programmer? Are you going to be a teaching assistant? Are you going to be just Mitch?
Depends when you need me. I can be everything. I can be a student. I can be a teaching assistant. I can be a metal, wherever.
So what is Mitch doing this week?
This weekend, she will study with the rest of the students.
Oh, so it's not the integration this weekend?
No,
It's
next
next
weekend. It's for next weekend.
What is she going to do that weekend?
She'll be one of the programmers.
Okay, that was my question, Mitch. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. That's your answer.
Her and Kathy, Kai and Darwin and Priscilla and Dolly. So there's going to be 6 of them.
Okay, so I just want to leave with this, and then I want to get off because I've monopolized too much. You guys are a work in progress, so define who you want to be.
Right.
This is for the Philippines. This is for what I think could be the greatest country on earth. And I wish I could be a part of that, but I'm not Filipino.
But you are a part of it. It don't have to be a Filipino.
I'm only
to be
an
part of
adopted Filipino.
You're
I'm
part
not a
of the
Filipino
human
by
race.
birth. Anyway, I'm gonna leave. You take over because
Thank you.
I'm dominating in conversation too much.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. So, who are we? I cannot answer that tonight. I know who I am, and you guys know who you are, I guess. And I think together that's Maharlika NLP. That's who you are. It's not any one of us. It's really all of us. The sum of all of us, I think. So, and I think we have a pretty wonderful group. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay? Any other questions before we adjourn today?
Um, I don't have a question, but I have something to say.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Ano lang, when we were talking about branding ng Maharlika, who we are, whatever, ganyan, I appreciate yung different views about coaching, NLP, ganyan. But why I'm here in Maharlika is
Mm.
because I love yung authenticity and yung siguro yung rapport na nabibigay natin to other people and the help. So I can't basically find the right words for it. So I don't think it's healing kung yun yung minamention ni Jim kanina. For me, it's maybe really more on the word transformational kasi doon ko nakita yung doon ako doon nag-resonate sa akin na
Yeah.
transformational kasi hindi ako natatouch but may impact sa akin. Ganon
Yeah.
siya.
Yeah.
So, I understand kanina nung sinasabi mo when si Junim was mentioning coaching, ganyan, and it didn't resonate to you because it didn't resonate to me also. I think that they have different goal, they have different audiences,
Yes.
and kaya siya hindi nag-stick sa akin is because iba yung approach. So ako, I know sila Tony Robbins, ganyan, sila whoever, but hindi ako fan on how they do things because I feel like push over. I mean, sorry for the fan or whatever, but yun lang naman yung take ko. That's my perspective ko yun. So
Yeah.
feel free if you wanna accept it or not, but that's my take. Tapos, but yung sa atin, I appreciate where we are because we're touching lives. Yun lang siya. So regardless of, sabi ni kung nasan ka, kung ano ka, basta gusto mo, yun yung importante. Basta gusto mo, you have the willpower to do it. You have the effort. Mag-exert ka ng effort. Okay tayo doon. Doon ako. So yun yung take ko on all these parang who we are. And then siguro isa rin that I wanna isa kong sasabihin, nakalimutan ko na. Well, yun lang muna for the transformational
On the
stuff.
courses, maybe something on the courses as well.
Hindi. For the pricing, yung sinasabi mo. Yeah, we can definitely work with, sorry, nakalimutan ko yung name nung kaninang.
Go intermediary.
Yeah, go intermediary. Yeah. So we can definitely do that. Okay sa akin to reach out to more people, ganyan. But natuwa lang din ako nung sinabi ni Jim na depende kung gusto niya ng change work. Kaya yun lang yung parang iniisip ko sa mga ganun. Kunwari, we partner with different parang companies. Pero not everyone kasi is open. Yung iba naman parang napilitan lang ako kasi si boss sabi niya matindaw ako eh.
Right.
So parang yung ganun, feeling ko hindi siya mag-work kasi sa 10 people who will attend, sino lang ba yung who really wants to be there? And the 5, sasabihin nila, ay, andito lang ako kasi I have to be here.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yun lang, kasi experience ka din when I was in corporate. Ang daming mga trainings eh. And iisipin ko lang, no, I'm here because andito sila and kailangan ko to. But I don't really wanna be here at this moment. So, yun lang yung take ko sa mga ganun. Basta sayang. Hindi man sayang on their end. But syempre, for those who want, win-win yon na, kunwari, libre yon ng company, tapos matututo pa sila, tapos ganyan, dami nila makuha, tapos win-win for them. But how about for the other people na who doesn't really wanna be there?
Yeah.
Sayang.
Yeah. Yun.
Good point.
Yun lang, I guess I just wanted to share and
Thank
speak
you.
up because may nabasa ko na I have to, speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up. So
Good
here
job.
I am, kahit walang question, speaking up.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ganyan lang.
I'm happy that you spoke up. I'm really happy that you spoke up.
To add a bit, that was my concern then. That's why I asked, what's the main thing? Because I'm afraid pag naging rara tayo, that's not me anymore. So I just
Okay.
want to know what is our main, and is it still remaining the same? Kasi that's what I think it is eh. Yung sa transformative NLP talaga, kaya natin pinalaw yung sa Maharlika NLP, ay
Yeah.
sa Marine
Sa
NLP Marine.
NLP Marine.
So that was my concern, because what I'm getting from this one, even as a TA, medyo sometimes kasi ako, pinaninindigan ko talaga yung pagiging TA ko. So how I do it, the TAs in the NLP Marine are really strict. So I follow the same things, and sometimes the students won't get it kasi parang, bakit ka strict na ito yung i-follow? Pero at the end of the line, dun ko nakuha at the end nun na pagpatong-patong na yung lessons eh. Kasi for example, strategies pag-uusapan, strategies talaga, mag-stick tayo dito.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then kapag nagpatong, dun mo magigets na, okay, kaya pala ito yung
Kailangan ituro.
the technical things, I need
Yes.
to, ito muna talaga practice para masanay talaga.
Yeah.
So ako, that's what I'm getting. And I really see the value, and I'm getting repetitive again and again yung mga tinuturo. So mas nahasa yung utak ko.
Yes.
So nakikita ko how the future of the students, of how they will have this kind of rapport with
Yes.
self,
Yes. Yes.
not just with
Exactly.
others, but rapport
Yes.
with self and with
Yes.
life.
Yes. Yes.
Sobrang dun yung drive ko.
Yeah.
So parang, and I've experienced the Rara type of coaching. I've been under Blair Singer's training before, twice already, and I know how much that promo has, yung parang 50, I paid 50,000 for that two-day seminar. And then they made something na parang they promoted it, and then nagbayad ako mga 27,000. It's supposed to be Singapore, and then I paid for another thing. Hindi natuloy yung sa Singapore kasi nag-pandemic. So I paid another 50,000 thing for a Zoom. And it's that type of kind of a Rara
Yeah.
coaching. And again, it's nothing but it works for some. And
Okay.
and ang concern ko lang is I don't want to be ganon kasi nga yung kind of like Mitch, there's a feeling of pushover. If hindi ka nakaabot sa gatong level, hindi ka magaling. And that's not at all the change work that I'm looking for. The change work that I'm really looking for is down in the core.
Yeah.
So with this one, yun nga yung parang sasabihin ko, if lilihis talaga tayo sa Rara, I will have to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So ganun lang talaga. Kasi this one, I can give something. There's a thing that I can give as a TA. And ang iniisip ko talaga in my future, I would kind of go on the route of kind of like Carl na metaphysics na kasama, which is kasama naman na siya ngayon with the astrology and tarot thing na pagko-combine ko talaga siya. So, but I want more. Like I would study the course in miracles, etc., etc. So there's this two world which I both respect, but this is where I live.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Because we welcome people as they are, if there's anybody among us, and I could actually see Kathy more along the lines of Rara coaching, we will offer that. But that's Kathy's gig.
Yes.
That's Kathy's thing.
Okay?
Yung tipong ganyan. Or if you want to teach tarot, or if you want to teach, Vedic, what was it? Sorry, I'm not very good.
Astrology.
Yeah, astrology, something like that. We can offer those if you want, no problem. Yeah. So we're kind of, however you guys would like to, offer courses or stuff like that, however you would like to come up, go ahead. We'll offer that. We're going to be open to that. So, yun nga. Pero ang problema kasi, konti pa lang tayo ngayon. So we don't want to spread ourselves too thin, right? So we kind of want to focus little bit by little bit, and then we build our staff complement, and then we can take on more students. Alam mo, it's kind of a one feeds the other, feeds the other, feeds the other. So unti-unti.
And there's an opportunity for expansion lang here because of co-intermediary. That's why okay ako with the side of the Rara.
Yeah.
Or the sales training. Pero the main thing is the main thing pa rin. At as long as hindi natin makalimutan kung
exactly. I think we keep true to who we are. We keep true to ourselves. The way that I see us leveraging go intermediaries is really for those two courses that we're offering. 2 days lang. Hindi, kasi what if sarado nga yung office on a weekend, for example, we can only get, let's say, Thursday and Friday. So we offer it Thursday and Friday for people who are interested in sales and marketing, improving their sales and marketing skills. So we'll offer those too. Ayun, something like that. But I think our core competencies tsaka yung masters natin will still offer via Zoom for
Yeah.
now. Kasi hindi pa natin kaya yung setup na may physical and may something like that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Any other inputs before we adjourn? Before we
Pero
say
I'm so
goodnight?
happy lang na may ano na, physical place. Wow.
I know.
What?
Yay. Okay, let's see. Let's see how that pans out. All right. Okie
Galing.
dokie. Maraming salamat po. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you on Saturday. All right. Bye. Good night.
Thank
Pagaling,
you.
Junel.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.